Welcome to Recipe Rehab, sponsored by Everyday Health. On this week's episode...
Who wants to help make some chili tonight? Yay!
The Prichards can't get enough of Mom's award-winning chili.
My mom's tailgating chili started out with our grandmother. She's passed it down the family.
My mom's chili is probably my favorite. I like the cheese and sour cream in mom's recipe.
Who wants to put on the sour cream?
But with more than 650 calories, this dish needs a major health makeover.
Go ahead, put all the cheese on. Oh, yeah, perfect.
We don't want to sacrifice on taste, but with heart disease in our family, we have to find a healthier option.
Healthy eating to our family is very important.
If we could find something that's a lot healthier, then that'd be great.
Please rehab our Texas chili recipe.
Our two chefs will battle it out to see who can rehab the Prichard's recipe and make it more nutritious.
I'm gonna use a healthier protein.
I'm getting rid of some of that cholesterol. I'm using turkey, using dark meat and white meat.
Without sacrificing any of the flavor.
This is like a chunky chili, full of flavor.
I'm gonna dry flavor through the seasoning.
The Prichards will cook the rehab recipes in their own kitchen.
Wonder what all's in the boxes.
They'll judge them on taste, health, and ease.
Woo! Open up a window.
Boys do not know how to cook.
Which recipe will fall flat?
The onion makes my eyes water. It's just kinda spicy.
Which will score big?
It smells actually really good. It does? I can't get enough of this.
And who will win the title of Recipe Rehab Champion? And now let's meet the Mavericks who are always at home by the range. At the green station, Chef Spike Mendelsohn. And at the yellow station, it's Chef Calvin Harris. So you ready to see this dish up close? There we go. The good news is it tastes great. Here's the bad news. It's got 684 calories per serving.
Whoa.
But the biggest problem is that half of them are from fat. Now, saturated fat leads to bad cholesterol levels. So a family with a history of heart disease, this chili is really an unhealthy recipe, right? Let's put 30 minutes on the clock. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Are you set?
Absolutely.
Let's rehab that recipe. Now, our chefs will be judged in 3 categories. The Prichard family will judge the dishes on taste and ease of preparation, and the Everyday Health nutritionist will give each recipe a score for health. Spike's on with the fire. So tell me, what's your idea about this, Spike? How are we gonna make this a great dish?
I'm going to get rid of all that cholesterol and beef. I'm gonna add some lean protein. So I'm gonna use dark turkey and light turkey.
Calvin, tell me, what are you gonna be doing?
This is very simple. I'm gonna reduce the calories from the garnishing. I'm gonna use a healthier protein.
But you're gonna use beef.
Yes, I'm keeping my beef. It's Texas
But
chili.
but beef is fatty, isn't
I'm
it?
using lean beef. It's 90-10.
Oh. And you can get that from a supermarket?
Absolutely. All over the country.
So immediately, these two guys are using a different protein. You get going, buddy. You're burning minutes. Oh, like a spike. So we're going to be using light ground turkey, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And now, why you got 2 pans going on here?
To kind of make the cook time a little shorter, you can use 2 pans. You can do your vegetables in one of the pans, and then your meat in the other, and then just combine both, and you got a beautiful chili in half an hour. And then we're gonna add a lot of vegetables in here.
So the onions are in.
The onions are in.
Brown off.
And they're gonna brown, and they're gonna make some flavor in there. Here come the peppers. A little bit of celery.
And we're at 25 now, guys. 5 minutes, we're burned already. So what are you going to use the brown sugar for?
A little back-end sweetness. Another layer of flavor.
But you wouldn't use white sugar, would you? Because I always find it makes, like, anything with tomatoes a little bit more bitter.
So we're gonna add a little sweetness here, but instead of using brown sugar, agave nectar.
Agave nectar.
Oh yeah, I smell it. Can you smell it?
You got the whole spice rack out there, Spike.
Oh yeah, the whole spice.
What are you going to be throwing in?
Some paprika, a little smoky flavor, like boom. Then we're gonna add a little bit of chili, boom. Okay. A little onion powder. And then I like to add just a little bit of cinnamon. A little old grandmother trick.
Why cinnamon? I've never heard of that in chili before.
I know, just a little bit. Secret. I'm gonna add some fresh oregano in here. Again, herbs are really great to digest, especially when you're eating chili with all the spice.
What Spike's done here is everybody has these spices. Everybody has this in the home, right?
Right, exactly.
So
And they don't make use of them.
So this is the phase where I like to add all of my seasonings.
So you've got onions and garlic in there, and then you're seasoning the meat as you cook it. Yeah?
Absolutely. Because I'm gonna drive flavor through the seasoning. I'm using a little bit of chipotle, chili powder, gonna add a little bit of smoke to it, and just a little bit of cumin. This is gonna be the foundation for my flavor.
Ooh. You guys are just throwing in 2 spices immediately that I'd never thought of putting in a chili. Cumin, cinnamon. Now listen, we're over the halfway mark right now. Chef Spike cut down the cholesterol by swapping the beef for turkey. And Chef Calvin has trimmed the fat by using leaner beef. Which method will be the key to the whole competition? While the chefs are busy working in the kitchen, it's time for you to get to work on our Better Eats Pop Quiz. Here's today's Better Eats Pop Quiz question. How many calories are equal to 1 pound of body fat? Is it A, 750? Is it B, 2,000? Or is it C, 3,500? The answer is just around the bend when we return to Recipe Rehab. Welcome back to Recipe Rehab. Before the break, we asked you how many calories are equal to 1 pound of body fat. If you said 3,500, you're right. That means you have to create a 3,500 calorie deficit through diet and exercise to lose 1 pound of body fat. Now, let's get back to the chefs. Our 2 chefs are going head-to-head in a showdown to trim the fat, but not the flavor, from the Prichard's Texas chili. With 10 minutes to go, Chef Spike has swapped the beef for turkey and cinnamon, while Chef Calvin has opted for leaner beef and chipotle chili powder. Which chef will spice it up enough for Texas tastes? That's for the Pritchards to decide. Now, are you just going to throw in the tomato, Spike, or are you just going to add any water?
I'm going to add a little bit more water. I'm going to let it cook down a little bit to intensify the flavor of all the spices I used. Okay. I'm going to taste it, and then I'm going to re-season. But you know what? First of all, check this out. Canned tomatoes, why not throw some fresh tomatoes in there, right?
A revelation.
Huh? This is like a chunky chili, full of texture, full of flavor, full of nutrients.
Are you just putting in, is that tomato sauce or puree, or?
I did a tomato sauce as well as crushed tomatoes because I wanted a little bit of texture to it.
Ooh. So you're both using canned tomatoes?
Yes, but I'm using low sodium.
Now, what are you getting here?
Some tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips.
Biggest trick, you ready for this?
Yeah.
We're not gonna fry any tortilla chips. We're not gonna buy those store-bought salty tortilla chips. We're gonna keep it nice and healthy, and we're gonna bake our own in the oven. Control the salt and the flavor, and make it healthy.
It's about control, isn't it?
It's always about control.
So what's your next phase? Now, Spike was just saying to me he's gonna use tortilla chips.
So I put a nice little twist to it. I went with some jalapeno jack flavored pretzels. So you get a little bit of spice, you get a little bit of smokiness, but the same texture. Taste this, my friend.
But it's a baked pretzel, right?
Absolutely.
Not fried, baked, thin chip.
Are those out of a bag?
Oh. I think you've just been served, as they say.
I have been. But that being said, this is more convenient. All that extra work, 30 minutes.
What beans are you going to be using?
We're going to use some white beans.
Okay.
And we're going to rinse them. Get rid of some of that salt.
So we're going to reduce the sodium.
Yeah, reduce the sodium in this recipe.
Okay. If you like what you see here today, be sure to catch the first season of Recipe Rehab on YouTube. Just search Recipe Rehab. Look at the color of that. This is now looking like a chili to me. Now, Spike rinsed his beans, but you just threw the whole can in.
Well, I went with a low sodium. It's always a way, if I can drive the flavor without using any extra salt, I want to make this as easy as possible.
So you just boom.
Basically, if you get something without salt in it already, you can just open up the can, pour it in, it's going to add a little extra texture to it.
Right. Again with the jalapeno. You guys are really gone for the spice factor.
It's chili. Gotta make people sweat.
You brought the sodium down about the beans. What about the calories?
Less is more. I went with a sharp cheddar. By using a sharp aged cheese, you're gonna get a sharper, more distinctive flavor, and you can use less of it.
So 1 minute, guys, 1 minute.
1 minute left.
That's smelling. You're gonna start thinking about plating up?
We are ready to go, buddy. That is chili, my friend.
Oh, wonderful, look at that. And that's 3, 2, 1. Time's up, guys. Wow, I reckon y'all have done some good rehabbing here. But the game has only just begun, because when we come back after the break, the Pritchards will get their hands on these guys' recipes.
That
got it.
delicious.
So who's got the better eats?
I can't get enough of this.
We're gonna find out, so stick around. Welcome back to Recipe Rehab. Chef Spike and Chef Calvin have taken the salt lick that was the Prichard's Texas chili and turned it into a healthy entree that won't contribute to the family's history of high cholesterol. But now, the question is how those recipes will fare in the hands of the Prichard family. We've sent them all the ingredients they needed to make both of the Rehab recipes. The Prichards have split off into teams and it's boys versus girls. Let's take a look at them in action.
Who's ready to open it? 1, 2, 3, go.
Turkey, lots of fresh tomatoes,
I don't know how we're gonna do that.
jalapenos, Texas style, like we like it.
Ooh, it's strong.
We've never used this before.
Pretzel crisp.
We love those.
Oh, just tortillas?
Ooh, I bet that's gonna replace some chips.
Chipotle chili pepper?
I don't know, Jordan. We haven't used that before.
Agave nectar. Wonder what this is gonna replace.
Garlic.
Oh, fresh
Here's
garlic,
some
though.
cheese.
Maybe that's healthier. Heart disease is in my side of the family, and so eating healthy has become a priority for us, and I think these recipes will definitely help our family get on the right track. Let's cook some chili. Come on, everyone.
Okay, Tanner, we need 1/4 teaspoon ground pepper.
I think you have your burner on way too hot, guys. Everybody kind of started smelling something's burning. What'd y'all put in here? My husband and my son put some pepper into the pan first, and it started smoking, and everybody was having a hard time breathing for a while. Woo! Open up a window.
Boys do not know how to cook.
Let's peel off that crunchy part.
The onion.
Yeah.
Makes my eyes water.
I've never added red pepper. How do you think the red pepper's gonna taste?
Gonna add a little flavor to it. Some of the differences that I saw between the green recipe and our recipe is that they use a lot more fresh vegetables instead of canned.
All right, Tanner, let's put our vegetables in.
I can already tell with a lot of these vegetables, it is going to be tasting good.
Okay, you ready, Logan? Get over there to do the meat. Now get your spoon. Start breaking it up.
Let's put in the turkey. We've never put turkey in chili, so it'll be interesting to see how the family responds to that. This is gonna be the biggest difference between our recipe and what the green cook has asked us to do. And just to put things in perspective, Tanner, our recipe has about 685 calories, but 38 grams of fat. And the green recipe has 330 calories and only 10 grams of fat.
Oh, awesome.
Now it's time to put in the light agave nectar. This is something we haven't used before. It's supposed to replace sugar.
Let's add the beans first.
I'm gonna do beans.
These are low sodium pinto beans, so they have a lot less salt in them, so it's a lot healthier for us.
Okay,
Gotta dump them in.
just pick some up. There you
That
got
looks
go.
delicious.
Burn yourself. Okay, Coops, you can go ahead and put the beans in. Okay, and gently pour it.
Okay, do it just like she did.
There you go. Good job.
Dad, yours smells really good.
I have a lot of the fresh ingredients. Nothing canned.
This is gonna be the best.
Is it?
Better than mom.
You think so?
Sprinkle in the cumin, chili powder, brown sugar, and salt. Let's get the chipotle pepper. I haven't tried this yet. I love the smell of that. It's gonna be good.
These are some weird ingredients, Mom.
Seeing all the different ingredients, the yellow recipe looks like it's gonna be a very different chili from what we make at home. I think it'll be good. The yellow recipe is gonna be a lot healthier than ours. Ours had over 600 calories in it, 38 grams of fat. This one's gonna have 500 calories and only 21 grams of fat, so that helps.
We should switch to that. You should smell it. It smells actually really good.
It does? Let me smell. I think I smell that chipotle pepper in there.
Yeah. It looks. This one smells pretty good, but we'll see how it tastes.
Top each serving with crushed pretzels. We're gonna crush our pretzels.
Tanner, you want to preheat the oven?
What are you baking?
I think we're making chips.
Homemade tortilla chips? All right, everybody, chili's done. Are you ready to eat some dinner?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's try the one on the right first. This is the yellow box. What do you think, Tanner?
You like it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's got a little spice to it, but it's a little bit sweet.
I like it, just it has a little too much onion. It's kind of spicy.
Spicy?
I love the spice in it.
You do? What do you like best about it?
The spice, and I like the tomatoes.
Let's go to the green one, which the boys cooked. Ooh, this is good. I like it. It's a different taste. It's a different texture than Mom's chili. I like the turkey and the kidney beans. It's just not quite as spicy
Or salty.
as the other one.
I like your chips. These are really good.
I can't get enough of this.
I like them both.
These are a lot more healthier options than Mom's chili.
Okay, guys, we've tried it. We've tasted it. Now it's time to score it.
Looks like they love the Rehab chili recipes. When we come back, we'll find out which of our chefs has a pot of gold and who shouldn't have messed with Texas chili. Don't go away. Welcome back to Recipe Rehab. It's decision time. Each of these recipe rehabbers took a chili high in sodium, cholesterol and fat and transformed it into a delicious and nutritious recipe. We're very proud of what Chef Spike and Chef Calvin have accomplished here today, but only one of them can win the Recipe Rehab chili cook-off. Today's chefs will be judged in 3 categories. The Prichard family will judge the dishes on taste and ease of preparation, and then the Everyday Health Nutritionist will give each recipe a score for health. There's 10 points per category, so the perfect score we're looking for is 30, all right? So you ready to see your scores?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's see how you did there, Chef Spike.
For taste, we thought it had great vegetables in it. The turkey meat was wonderful, but we thought it was missing a little bit of flavor in the seasonings. For the green recipe, for taste, we give it a 7.
The health score is an 8.
The Everyday Health Nutritionist gave you an 8 for all the use of your vegetables and lean turkey meat, but dinged you 2 points for the sodium.
For ease, we loved all the fresh vegetables, but there was just a lot to prepare.
For ease of preparation, we give it a 7. For a total score of 22.
So Chef Spike, you got a total score of 22. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel pretty good. I mean, it's not an awful score. As far as flavor, you know, recipes are just guidelines. So if you feel like you taste your chili, if it needs a little bit more love, go ahead and add it.
Okay, so Chef Calvin, 22 to beat. So let's find out what the Pritchards thought of the yellow recipe.
For the yellow recipe, for taste, it had all the classic ingredients of a big, bold chili.
I really liked how they put a lot of toppings on it, like the cheese and all that stuff.
For taste, we give it an 8.
The health score is a 7.
The Everyday Health Nutritionist gave you a score of 7. They liked your mix of healthy carbs and vegetables, but dinged you 3 points for high sodium. So how do you feel about that, Calvin?
Well, it's all about moderation. You have to balance it out. You know, I thought I did a good job of reducing a lot of it, but, you know, I can always improve.
For ease, it was simple ingredients and it was easy to prepare.
For ease of preparation, we give it an 8. For a total score of 23.
The yellow recipe is the winner.
With a total score of 23, Chef Calvin is the Recipe Rehab champion today. Woo! How do you feel about that?
It's all about taking those right steps in the right direction, and I think that we improved upon the recipe. Obviously, it was a good tasting product, and it was easy to prepare.
And it's all about the taste, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what we want. Would you like to see more healthy recipes, cooking tips and tricks? Then head on over to bettereats.com/recipe rehab. As always, thanks to both of our chefs, the Prichard family, and all of you for joining us today. We hope your family will join our Recipe Rehab family next week when we show you how to have fun cooking healthy. Bye.
Closed captioning and other promotional considerations for Recipe Rehab are provided by